Hi, I'm Howard from Camera Electronic, and we're here today trying out the new Canon EOS R with photographic superstar Tony Hewitt.
One of the things that I've been enjoying is just discovering all these little quirky tools, if you like the control ring. One of the things that jumps out at you is what's different compared to other cameras, and the control ring is something that I think when people start to use it, they'll find themselves using this all the time. And suddenly it's like, wow, that opened up a whole range of creative possibilities because of the fact that instead of sitting there going and wondering which button you're using on a new camera, we're all used to turning something on a lens.
Definitely.
There's your focus, there's your control ring. Then I realised I could set that for aperture, I could set it for ISO, I could set it for shutter speed, and I could use a combination to change things like depth of field. If they're using it in a manual mode, they'll be able to adjust aperture and just quickly line up their exposure to be exactly where they want. A slide bar there, so reviewing images, little quick slide bar through there. Yep. Touch screen, the OLED screen, super clear, yep. Beautiful. It looks like, I mean, you just like looking at the shots just because they look so clear and crisp. Colour looks fantastic on there as well. It's the speed with which you can focus, shallow depth of field in the dark, it's just bang, locks in. Smaller body's interesting, and yet it still feels like I've got a decent quality camera in my hand. I'm not playing with a toy, and as a professional I always feel more comfortable and secure when I feel like I've got, you know, something of quality and substance. So picking it up, you know you've got quality glass, you can feel the quality glass. I've got a camera which I'm holding on to, it feels like it's going to deliver a quality file. The grip's an interesting grip, but once you've got your fingers in there, it actually feels very secure. Yep. And yet a small camera but compact, solid. You know, you feel the weight of it in your hand, and yet it's not a heavy camera. It just feels like it's a solid camera. I've probably had the camera in my hand for less than an hour and a half, and I feel like I've had it in my hand for 6 months. Instinctive, easily adaptable set of controls in a camera that when you first look at it, looks like it's got minimal control capability, and yet when you get into it, everything is customizable. It's about 4 or 5 different ways to change everything. So it's sort of a camera, as you pick it up, and 5 different photographers could set it up completely differently and to suit the way they like to shoot. Everything's just so easily got to in a very, very quick space of time, and which is, I think, when you're traveling or you're moving around and you just want to quickly take some pictures, that's one of the advantages of a camera like this. Sure.
Thanks again for coming along today and testing this out with us.
Thanks for giving me the chance to have a play.
Before we go, tell me, what was your 4 favourite things about the camera?
Well, the control ring. The control ring just gave me a feeling of control. You know, that was fantastic. The EVF, realising that you're using an electronic viewfinder and yet it's as clean as a whistle. Fantastic. The touch screen on the back and the ability to pinch zoom and look at my pictures straight away. The focusing was super quick in really low light. Yep. That was amazing. Actually, that's 4. The ISO, you know, just cranking it up to 40,000 and seeing what was possible. I can't wait to do some tests through the middle of the range, you know, around the 20,000 mark and all of that. And a whole bunch of, and the fact that I could turn on the menu and it was familiar to me. That's great.
Well, that's 4 or so on the camera and 1 on the lens.
Well, the only other thing I need to know is when are they going to be available?
Look, we're thinking hopefully in October some point at the moment, which will be really exciting. We can get them in time for Christmas. Well, I'm off to Hobart around that time, so maybe there's one ready before I go. Oh, I think so.
Thanks, mate. Thanks for the opportunity to have a play.
No problem. Thank you.
Look forward to seeing this out in the market.